Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute since I sat down and filmed a full-length video. I actually tried to do this the other night right after I came home from line dancing. Why I thought it would be a good idea to film that at 10:30 at night after dancing for multiple hours, I don't know, because it was terrible and I just deleted all of that. But anyway, to the topic of the video. I have a brand new TBR shelf here. I just got this, just built it, and we're going to go through every single one of my physical TBR books. So there's like 50 of them. Let's get started. Okay, so now we are starting the shelf. We're going top shelf. We're going to do it section by section, starting with The Starlight Heir by Amelia Howard. This is the Fairy Loot edition. So this is about a girl who is a bladesmith, and she's one of the few in the world who can imbue magic into her weapons, and she gets an invitation to a ball where the prince is supposed to find his new bride, but it's not actually a ball for this. They are trying to find, let's see, what is it called? The Star Keeper, a girl rumored to hold the magic of stars in her blood. It sounds really interesting. I honestly don't know why I haven't picked it up. I just have so many books, but this cover is just so stunning, and the edges. So good. Next up, we have Heavenly Bodies by Amani Iriu. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing names. I'm really bad at that. So it takes place in a world where stars are actually gods, and the main character has been basically cursed by fate. And she will fall for a star, but it will kill them both in the end, I believe it is. So it's living with that prophecy, I'm assuming, is going to come true. I've heard such good things about this. Like, anyone who reads Heavenly Bodies always says the best things, so I cannot wait to read this soon. Savage Bloom by S.T. Gibson, another Fairy Loot edition. So this book, it's kind of hard to explain. These two friends go on this trip to Scotland, and they find themselves at the mercy of the eccentric owner of an infamous house, Eileen, as well as her brooding groundskeeper Finley, and they kind of get stuck there, and there's magic and all this kind of stuff. It sounds interesting. Just since it's so vague, I'm not gonna like go to pick it up, but I really do love this cover because it seems like a classic older book, which I really like. Next we have Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. This is the second book in the series. The first one is Assistant to the Villain, and this is about a girl who becomes the assistant of a villain in her world. The first one was so funny. It was just comical. It was a fun read. I need to pick this up soon, but I think I need to reread the first one because it's been a while. This is my issue. I start series and then I don't finish them right away, so I forgot things and have to reread. But it's also fun getting back into the world again. Next up, we have City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards. This is a paranormal book. It's a chunker. This one girl, her friend gets taken by these supernatural bounty hunters, and they're basically saying, in exchange for your life, we'll give her back safely. And more things happen from there. It's romantasy. Everyone loves this series, but they're just so big. Like, it's like over 700 pages. It's a lot of pages. Next we have The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. This is the second book in the Crowns of Nyxia series. I don't know why I haven't read this yet. I have no excuses. None. I'm gonna have to reread the first book. Maybe I'll listen to it on audio. That might be better. But again, another chunker. Next up is Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. This is the sequel to Phantasma, which I absolutely loved. So I don't know why I haven't picked this up and read it yet. But I haven't. We also have Lady of the Drowned Empire and Guardian of the Drowned Empire by Frankie Diane Malice. This is book 2 and 3. Oh, this is book 2. This is book 3. The first book is Daughter of the Drowned Empire. This is indie published. I don't think the series is finished yet, so I think that's why I was holding off on these. I don't know how to explain this. It's like there's magic and training to be a guard, and it was just really, really good, but I need to reread it because it's been like a year or two since I read the first one. I have a problem, you guys. I have a problem. Next is a book that I'm super excited about because it just sounds so good, and also my fiance got it for me for Christmas. He doesn't read, so anytime he buys me a book, it's a huge deal. And that is Smoke and Scar by Gretchen Powell Fox. This is about the human race who basically is at war with a magical race called the Arcanus, and every 25 years they have the Arcane Crucible, which is an opportunity for peace. And the main female character, she lost the love of her life to the last crucible, so now she's trying to keep her sister from dying in the next crucible. And there's also a human who is determined to win the crucible for humanity, and I just know she's gonna fall for the human. I just know it, and I am so excited for it, and I just love this cover. Next up, we have The Wren and the Holly Library, that by K.A. Lind. This is about a girl who trespasses into this library to steal things. She's a thief, and she unknowingly breaks a treaty between monsters and humans, and the monster who owns the library offers her a job instead. And she also will be given the chance to find out who she actually is. This sounds so good. Any book that has a library setting, I need to read. I have to. I don't know why I haven't picked this up. It's the Fairy Loot edition. It's absolutely stunning. This is definitely, it's gonna get read this year. It has to. This book. This is the second book in this duology, A Curse Carved in Stone by Danielle L. Jensen. First one is A Fate Inked in Blood. These are the Fairy Loot editions. I love this cover so much. I had to buy the second one in it. It's Norse mythology inspired, and the main character, she claims that she got her powers from this one god, but she's actually keeping it a secret that it's from this other god, because this other god is super powerful and no one really gets their powers from her. And it's so much more happens, and you just need to read it. If you like Norse mythology and romantasy, highly recommend this duology. They're quick reads and they're just fantastic. We have another Fairy Loot edition that is just stunning. The Wind Weaver by Julie Johnson. So this is it takes place in a world where everyone is scared of magic, and the main character is a halfling. So she basically is on the run and they just want to kill her. She ends up getting caught and sentenced to death, but she is saved by the commander Scythe, who wants to bring her onto the battlefield, I guess, and use her to fight. But she has a secret. She has a strange birthmark on her chest, and that just means she is a remnant, one of 4 souls fated to restore the balance of magic or die trying. This sounds so good. It's a chunker, but I need to read it. All of these I really need to read. I'm saying this for every single one. I'm getting repetitive. I'm sorry. Okay, we're on to the second shelf now. It's 4 shelves. You can't see the 4th one. So we have Exquisite Ruin by Adrienne May. This is a young adult fantasy. It's about a girl who wakes up in a labyrinth, and all she remembers is that she is a sorceress, and she has to work together with this very hostile immortal to try to get out. Some more Fairy Loot. We have Iron and Ember by Helen Schroer. This is the sequel series to The Legends of Thesmar, which I absolutely loved. This series I haven't heard that many great things about, so I'm kind of nervous to get into it. But I want to, because I want to be back in this world again. It was such a good series. I read the entire series on audio. Highly recommend those audiobooks. They were fantastic. The next one is by an author that is just an auto-buy author for me, because she writes the creepiest, spookiest YA fantasies I've ever read. And that's Erin A. Craig. This is her book, The 13th Child. So this book is about the 13th child in a family who is promised to the gods, and she is actually promised to the god of death. So he makes a deal with her. He'll give her these healing powers, but in exchange, since everything comes with a price, she has to end human suffering. Basically, like, kind of, I guess, kill these people, because she knows when death is going to be claiming them. And anything that has the god of death in it is just so interesting to me and so cool, and you don't see it too often. So I'm really excited to read this. I'm probably gonna save this for October when it's like spooky time to read. We have some more Fairy Loot. I have a lot of Fairy Loot books that I need to read. This is the most recent one that I got though, so if you haven't opened or gotten your December Romantasy box, skip forward a little bit. We Who Will Die by Stasia Stark. I've heard such good things about this. So it has vampires in it, and I was a Twilight girl, so vampires are chef's kiss. So in this story, The main character has to take a magical vow in order to save her brother. She has to kill the emperor. In order to do that, she has to enter into this arena, and this arena is how they choose the elite guard for the emperor, and only the strongest and deadliest survive. And in this process, she gets very close and draws the eyes of the Primus, a powerful figure charged with protecting the emperor. It sounds so good, and I love the cover. The edges. This book is gorgeous. Next up, we have a book that blew up on Book Talk and BookTube. It was so big, and that is Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. This book, I see it everywhere. I've been scared to read it just because I know there's such a big plot twist at the end, and the second book's not out for another few months. So this is about a girl who lives her life among the Ala, which is community exiled to live at sea, and when she's on land at the market, she accidentally breaks a treaty between her and another kingdom when she has this intense encounter with an enemy soldier. Very excited for this. Also absolutely terrified. This next book just makes me feel like we're bringing love triangles back, and that is Warrior Princess Assassin by Bridget Kemmerer. First of all, love this author. Loved her young adult books. So this one is about a princess who, in her kingdom, magic is fading. There's also a warrior who is the king of a different kingdom, and he has a terrible reputation that he's kind of trying to fix. So he wants to enter an alliance. Those two are going to enter an alliance and get married. And then there is also a hit out on their life, and this assassin has to decide how far he's going to go to protect them because he's also in love with her. It sounds messy, which I love my love triangles, not trilogies. I love my love triangles messy. The next book I actually got from the publisher, and that is Killer House Party by Lily Anderson. This is a young adult horror thriller. This really known mansion in their town goes up for sale, and everyone's like, it's haunted, let's have a graduation party there. And they all get locked in there, the walls start to bleed, they can't leave, and it just sounds like it would be a good thriller. It sounds like it would be a quick read during Halloween time, so I'm going to save it till then. Next is a romance. We have Haunted Hearts by Ariana Kane. This is book 1 in the Little Hope series, and this is a slow burn enemies to lover contemporary romance. Features an ex-military jerk with severe case of PTSD and anger issues, and a woman on the run from her troublesome past. This sounds right up my alley. Mischief Night by Delaney Foster. All I really know about this is that it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and I think it has to do with mafia. I'm pretty sure. It's dark. It's a darker romance, and it's going to be a quick read. So I gotta pick this up soon because it's been on my TBR for a good 3 years probably. Next up, we have Curious Tides by Pascal Lascelles, and this is young adult, I believe. So the main character, Emery, she is a student at this college for lunar magic, and there's one night where an entire group of students get killed, and she is the only survivor, and it's afterward figuring out why she survived and the magic that she has. It sounds really interesting. I haven't heard the best things, but I also haven't heard the worst things, and I don't think it's a completed trilogy yet. The third book might be coming out this year. Not sure. Next, we have a very well-loved series that I have been terrified to start because of how long it is. Addicted to You. There's so many books in this series, and I think it's made up of duets and trilogies. Wow, I cannot speak today. I'm sorry, you guys. But I'm scared to read this just because of how long it is. But it's about a girl who has a sex addiction and a guy who's addicted to drinking, and they pretend to be in a relationship together to hide their addictions from their family. I'm sure this is going to be a very emotional romance, and I feel like I'll probably cry. We have another romance. This is more of a thriller romance. Intimate Danger by D.C. Stone. So this is about this one town where people are disappearing, and 2 FBI agents come to town, and our female main lead starts to get close to one of the FBI agents, but she actually suspects he might be the person taking these girls. it sounds really good. Next, we have Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. All I know about this book is that it is a swimmer romance, I believe. Competitive diver and an ace swimmer. I haven't heard great things about this. Like, I know it's not as well loved as like The Love Hypothesis in that series, but I'm excited for it, and also the edges are very pretty. I also have next Mile High, which this series I've been wanting to read. It's by Liz Tomford, and it's a hockey romance. That's really all that I need to know. If it's a hockey romance, I will read it. The next book, the description on the back is very, very vague, but it's The Mastermind by Nadia Han. All I need to know is it says her boss, her protector, her brother's best friend, water to her fire. I love brothers best friends romances. I think they're so great. So I cannot wait to read this one. And again, I'm saying that about every single book in this video. Okay, we are on to the third shelf now, starting with a Vengeance by Riley Sager. This is a thriller that is kind of like The Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. There's a murder on a train. I will buy anything by Riley Sager and read it, so. Next, I have The Doll Makers by Lynn Buchanan, and this is a fantasy about a world that is at war with these monsters, and these doll makers create these magical dolls that will fight the monsters. Sounds really interesting and unique, and I really want to read it and see how these dolls are, because I'm picturing like little tiny Barbie dolls. But I feel like they might not be that, because I don't think Barbie dolls could fight monsters. Next is a gender-bent Aladdin retelling, and that is the Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. I've had this for so long. I've been waiting for this series to be complete. It might be now, or I'm not sure. But this girl and her djinn bodyguard, they find and sell illegal magic, and they end up saving the prince one day, and then the king asks them to find this magical lamp. Sound familiar, anyone? But it's supposed to be really, really good, and I need to read this soon. So the next little section of the third shelf is just this entire trilogy. The first one is Little Thieves, which I actually have read this one, but I haven't read the second and third one. And that is Painted Devils and Holy Terrors by Margaret Owen. I love this author. If you haven't read her, I highly recommend it. This is a Goose Girl retelling, but it's from the maid's point of view in that, who like steals the princess's face and everything and takes her identity. It was so good. Really, really good. I need to read this. I need to reread this and then read this, because I read this right when it came out. Actually, before it came out, because I think I had the e-arc of it. Amazing trilogy. I need to finish it. So next is the second book in this series. I've read the first one, which is The Darkest Star by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I still need to read The Burning Shadow. So this is a sequel series to her Luck series, and the main reason I have not read this yet is because the third book is out, but they did a new cover, and it doesn't look like this, and it doesn't match. It's literally the only reason I haven't read these. Next is a book that I got from the publisher, and that is The Darkness Rises by Stacey Stokes. And oh, that glare is terrible. This is about a girl who saves someone, and they end up actually being a school shooter, and she has to live with that guilt, and it's supposed to be dark and very emotional, I'm assuming. But it's also very short, so how dark and emotional can we get in this amount of pages? So this one I'm gonna have to read when I'm feeling that type of mood to read something deep, because if I read it when I'm not ready for that, I won't rate it as high, because it is a topic that is very important. Next is another book from the publisher, and that is Zara by S.J. Jones. This is a young adult fantasy. Zara lives in a world where magicians are being turned into monsters, and she joins a secret magical liberation society called the Guardians of the Dawn to try to help save the world. This sounds very, very interesting. I really don't see anyone talk about it, so I need to read it soon and try to get the word out if it's really good. Okay, next I have Dragon Keeper by Robin Hobb. I can't read this yet because I bought this when I didn't realize that Robin Hobb had this whole universe. You had to read her series in a specific order, and I've only read the first trilogy. And this is like the third or fourth series I think you're supposed to read. So I can't read this until I read the other one of her, all of her other books before that, which is very daunting. very, very daunting. Next, I have books 3 and 4 of the Expanse series by James S.A. Corey. The third one is Abaddon's Gate, and the fourth one is Cibola Burn. Am I saying that right? Cibola? Whatever. These are, I love this series. I need to get all of them so I can just binge the entire series. It's like a 9-book series. It's sci-fi, adventure, and I just eat them up. We're on the 4th shelf now, and starting with books that I'm very happy to have. I've already read the first volume, and I have to read volume 2 and 3, and that is the Buffy the Vampire Slayer novel bind-ups. Buffy is my favorite TV show of all time, so when I found these in a bookstore upstate in Buffalo, I had to buy all 3 of them. I read the first, so like there's 3 books in each bind-up. I read the first one and this one. I still got to read the rest of them. Next, I have Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I am scared to start this because the series is still not finished. It's been like over a decade since the second book came out. I don't like it when series don't get finished, so do I really want to invest myself into this book? Because it's a thick book with small words. And then have the story not be finished. That is my debacle with that book series. I also have The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. I got this for like $1 at a used bookstore, and I'm trying to get more into thrillers this year. And I have no idea what this is about, but I've seen the cover everywhere, so I bought it because it was just $1. Why not? This is why I have so many books, everyone. Next is, so I've read A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. I haven't read the second book, Last of August. So this is a young adult mystery series, and I believe they're like the descendants of Sherlock Holmes and Watson, I believe. But the first one was so cute, and I had such a fun time reading it, so I need to read the second one. I won the arc of this on Goodreads, and then I found the arc of this in a bookstore in my college town for $1. I know you're not supposed to sell arcs, but like, it was there, so I had to rescue it. I had to. Next, I have The Mask Falling by Samantha Shannon. I am not even up to this book in the series yet. This is the Bone Season series. Yes, I've read I think the first 2. I think this is book like 4 in the series, but it was $3 at a Dollar General upstate, and it's hardcover, so like, how could I say no? This series is about clairvoyance, and I highly recommend it because it has amazing world building, and it is just a great time. Next up is Wrath Becomes Her by Aidan Polidorus. This takes place in Nazi Germany, and it is about a man whose daughter is killed by the Nazis, so he creates a golem in her image. And it's the golem's like issues with like these memories that aren't hers, while also trying to figure out who she is as her own person. And it sounds really, really cool and very, very unique. I never see golems in like fantasy books anymore. Like, I never really see them. So, and it's short. It'll be a quick read. Okay, we are on the final 2 books. The first one I have is These Infinite Threads by Tahira Mafi. This is the sequel to This Broken Kingdom. I need to buy the next book and just binge read the series. I really don't remember what the first one is about because it's been so long. But I love Tahira Mafi. I loved the first book, and these covers are just so cute. I love it. And the last book that we have is The Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. So this is the first book in a new series, and is a sequel series to the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab, which is one of my favorite trilogies ever. And I really want to reread that trilogy and then dive right into this so the world is fresh in my mind and I can just completely immerse myself in it. It's just, those are big books. And I say this like I can't read a big book in like a day or 2. They're daunting. They really are. So those are all of my physical TBR books. There's around 50 of them. I have a lot of reading I need to do. I want to try to get this down to like 25 by the end of the year. That is my goal. Because I know I'm going to be buying books. I get my fairy loot every month. So it's going to grow. I need to read it down still and read it faster than I can buy, which is the hard part. But if you stayed to this point, thank you for watching. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. In the comments, let me know how many physical books you have on your TBR. Please tell me it's more than mine so I feel better. Bye, everyone.